Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the 8th episode of the World History and Geography GCast as presented by Gibsonian Institute. So, we've finally kicked off our Salon project. We are moving right along. It seems like, looking at this list, that a lot of us have picked some really top-notch candidates or figures to choose from. There are a couple of you that are still in the process of picking. If you're watching this and you haven't picked yet, Immanuel Kant, Denis Diderot, Adam Smith, Cesare Beccaria, Voltaire. Someone has to be Voltaire. So there's a lot of really good ones. Montesquieu, a lot of really good ones out there still. Of course, there's quite a few down here as well. But I'm glad to see some of these ones picked, like Princess Elizabeth of Bohemia and Thomas Paine. We needed to have someone be these people. I was unsurprised to see Karl Marx off the board very early, but it looks like we're getting a good variety. So that'll make it all the better when we finally get towards the end. One thing to notice: highlighted characters have already been selected once. That means there's only one more slot for that person. Crossed out and highlighted would mean that they have been selected twice and are no longer available. So a couple of you have to repick based on those people already being unavailable when you selected them. So if you pick Benjamin Franklin, he's already off the board. And then the other one was Galileo. All right, so those of you are going to have to repick. But what we're going to be looking at today is the first part of the project, and that includes 2 parts, and it's 20 points total. So that's where I'll be today. So the place mark or the tag, you'll notice I have 2 tabs available here. I'm going to share those with you, as well as a couple other resources that are going to really help you do the majority of the research. So start first with the place mark. What you're looking for is just the character's name, date of birth, death, country of origin, a solid quote, some symbols that represent what's important to that person. You, since you are this person now, you're the Princess of Bohemia, or you're Diderot, or whoever you selected, and then just filling in words that are representative of this character. I did mention this in the video yesterday. Just want to reiterate just the expectations. This, of course, is posted on Google Classroom. You'll see the title Living Doc, because as we go to more and more parts of the project, I'm going to keep adding to this document. So it's almost like a constitution in its own right. So a little bit of novelty there. Then what I would like you to do, this first part here, part A of part 1, if you will. So part 1, activity 1 is the tag place mark. Get that done. And as you're researching, just keep some of these biographical sketch questions in mind. All right, I'm going to make a separate video for the biographical sketch. My idea is I'm going to assign this today, and then tomorrow, Friday, I'll assign the biographical sketch. But there is quite a few questions. You do need to answer 10 of these. There's 14 possibilities. So I would take a peek at this. Some of these questions you might already get from doing the place mark. So if you want to get a head start on the biographical sketch, I will have that posted. But again, if you just want to keep this chopped up in bits and pieces, that's okay. We're going to do one of these per day. So this does need to be done today, the place mark. So at least the information. We're going to make it nice and pretty so that it looks presentable. If you want to do that from the onset, that's definitely a strong route to take. If not, I'll make sure to give you more guidelines on Classroom as to what they should look like, and then maybe pop up with some examples as they start to trickle in from your other fellow classmates. So we'll see who sets the bar for us there. But once again, biographical sketch I will formally introduce on Friday, but the questions are there and available for you already. 4 bolded prompts must be answered, and then you select 6 additional ones below. If you're having trouble finding information for a specific question on your topic or on your person, say that you have an artist and they don't know if organized religion is good or bad for mankind, find another one. That's why there's so many possibilities. These are supposed to be deep philosophical questions, and all of these characters and figures have spoken on a number of these topics. So it's out there. Now, let's look at the 2 sources that I want to present to you today. So the first one is the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy. This is a fantastic resource. All of the characters that I listed for you are available. Let's do Immanuel can't spell that wrong. There's an E, but he will pop up in there. It's essentially a academic version of Wikipedia. All right, so this is coming from Stanford, a very well trusted .edu website, so we know that we can trust the stuff that's coming from it. It's been updated. It was published in 2010 and then updated again. So all of this stuff that you're going to find talks about all of the things I'm looking for. Is going to have a lot of the information that you're looking for, stuff like life, the works he's done, ideas like transcendentalism and idealism. So a lot of the information and all the people that are listed are going to be in here. And if you need more of this bibliography, this is where all these are their sources. And if you want more information on this person, follow these sources. So if you want me to help you locate these, the good news is that is a very strong tool of our second source is to be able to find these actual pieces of literature. So since we are currently under quarantine and it's difficult to actually go get a book or all of these sources, we're going to use the archive.org, which is the archive of essentially the internet. You look at some of these stats here, 428 billion websites, 24 million books, all free and accessible. So again, searching for a guy, Manuel Kant, and you're going to see a lot of results. All right. And again, you're going to find things on all of the people that we've researched. Look at all these. These are primary sources from 1864. All right. So, and you'll be able to find stuff if you search by year that are more current. So that might be worth looking at as well. But you have a wealth of knowledge to pull from on all of the characters using these two sources. One thing with the Internet Archive that you'll also notice, there's text, there's audio, movies, websites, you'll find it all. All right. So if you're having trouble finding information on your philosoph, let me know. I'll help you out. Office hours tomorrow, again, 12:30 to 1 would be a perfect time to come see me to help you out with that. But these two are going to do a wonder of help for you. So again, use those two when doing the placemark information, and keep an eye on the biographical sketch questions while you're working. If you're already there, you might as well keep going if you have some time. If not, you can wait for the next video tomorrow. So if you have any questions, of course, the office hours 12:30 to 1, like I mentioned. Comment on the video, comment on Google Classroom, or send me an email. So very accessible. All right, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.